day 2. Glad you're here. We'll get right to it. The agenda is actually right here on our 9 pillars to reclaim your health that we saw yesterday. And day 2 is demolition day because, as you can see, we are focusing on removing toxins, which is pillar number 2. And pillar number 3 is replacing those toxic items with safer items. So before we get started on how to remove the toxins from our lives, let's make sure we understand what toxins are. So a toxin is a poisonous substance that is typically very unstable and notably toxic when introduced into our tissues, our body's tissues. And it's typically capable of inducing antibody formation. This means that our body is trying to fight whatever this foreign substance is. So that's the dictionary definition of a toxin. And I think a lot of people tend to think of chemicals when they think of the word toxins. And that is actually what we're going to focus on today, just to try to keep this to my hopefully 15 minutes limit that I went over on day 1. So we will focus on toxins today, although there are other, chemical toxins specifically, although there are other types of toxins. And then we'll save that for another time. So focusing on the chemicals, here we can see some actually quite old statistics. And it shows us that there are over 80,000 chemicals in use that are listed on the registry with the Environmental Protection Agency and other government bodies. Over 80,000 chemicals being used in the United States, sold, manufactured, all of the above. And this actually ended, the statistic period ended in over almost 10 years ago now. So I'm sure the number is higher. And so of those 80,000 chemicals, how many do you think are safe? Do you have any idea what the procedure is for chemicals to be tested by the Environmental Protection Agency? If you don't, well, that's okay, because there really isn't any. There's unfortunately almost no oversight in this area, which is a very scary prospect. Typically, chemicals, whether they're old or they're new ones coming onto the market, they're not tested before they're being sold to us in whatever forms and whatever products. And almost never are they even tested after problems have arisen and been documented for many years. So there are only literally a handful of toxic chemicals that have been either restricted or banned in the United States. Literally, the number is about a half dozen out of these 80,000 chemicals. So it's up to us to take control for our health and our well-being and do what we need to do to try to clean our lives up. So where are toxins lurking in our daily lives? This list shows that it's pretty much everywhere. Toxic chemicals especially. They can be in the air, both indoor and outdoor, water, soil, food, throughout our homes in almost every way you can imagine. Cookware, dishes, plastics, cleaning products of all sorts, soaps, sprays, paper products, quote unquote fresheners, personal care items, makeup, deodorant, soap, shampoo, lotion, toothpaste, floss. Also baby care items, unfortunately, diapers, wipes, toys, in our clothing, because more and more of our clothing is made from man-made materials, not natural materials. And furniture, appliances, electronics, vehicles, again with the air fresheners in those spaces. Medical and dental procedures, for example, the silver type of fillings for cavities in teeth, they are 50% mercury. not a good thing to be having in our mouths for decades. Medications as well, whether they're over the counter or prescription, they are toxic to some degree or another. That just is how they are. Maybe they're helpful for controlling symptoms or treating some sort of issue, but it comes with a price. The workplace, any workplace you can think of, could be anything from lighting to wiring and technology, among other things, again, with furniture and these sorts of things as well. Same with schools and daycares. And then about the only thing on this list that isn't chemical or EMF would be, the social or emotional toxins that can be in our lives. But again, as I said, we're sticking with the chemicals today. So where do you think some of the biggest toxic exposures are in your daily life? It can be rather overwhelming looking at that list and then thinking, oh my goodness, where do I even start? Well, we're making a plan today for where to start and how to do that. And how did you feel when we were looking through that very long list of toxic places and products in our lives? I know for me, again, that word overwhelm came to mind, and just plain upset and outrage, actually, that coming to the realization that, our government is really not helping us in this respect. But never fear. Like I said, we have power. In fact, we have superpowers. As human beings, we are naturally, innately detoxifying constantly. And there's a lot that we can do to help our bodies with their natural detoxification processes. First thing you can do is drink more water. Simple, easy. Why drink more water? Because this is just like, there's water in your toilet. This is how our bodies flush toxins out. It's very important to stay hydrated and keep things literally moving along in your body. You can eat more cruciferous vegetables. These are known to have wonderful detoxification boosting properties. This would be vegetables such as arugula, bok choy, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, rutabaga, and turnips. You can stop using harsh chemical cleaning products, whether it's for cleaning surfaces or detergent and fabric softener and these things for your laundry. Anywhere that you're using cleaning products, have a look. Have a look at the labels. If it looks like very crazy long words are in the ingredient list, it's probably not a great thing to be using in your house on a regular basis. And ditching the refined sugar and chemical sweeteners from your diet is a fantastic way to detoxify your life, because sugar, refined sugar especially, and chemical sweeteners are both toxic. It doesn't matter if it's pure cane sugar, it's still so highly refined that our bodies don't recognize such a substance as food. And along the same lines, reduce processed foods in your diet. And we will be talking more about diet tomorrow, but this is an important step that fits with pillar number 2 of removing toxins. We need to start taking the bad stuff out at the same time or before we start pushing the good stuff in. And as I said, getting to that point, replacing with the toxic items with safer items. Again, I can't say it enough, so I say it twice at least: drink more water. And of course, this doesn't apply to Ramadan exactly. You can't be drinking all day long, but we will get to some tips about how to better deal with Ramadan. And that starts today by making sure your body's hydrated. in these weeks before Ramadan is going to set your body up for being able to continue to detoxify itself, albeit, more likely at a slower pace, but still to keep things moving along better once Ramadan arrives, inshaAllah. Also eat more organic, non-GMO whole foods, right? So when you buy conventional or normally grown fruits, vegetables, anything in the United States especially, it's toxic for all sorts of reasons, but anything processed is likely contains toxic chemicals, whether it's pesticides, herbicides, GMO ingredients, right? So we really want to start to be mindful of what is in our food and what are we putting in our mouths and on our plates. When you eat whole foods and you cook from scratch, at least sometimes, try to do that more than you are perhaps now. That is so helpful for our bodies, again, to do what they need to do to be better and healthier. Eat more fermented foods. This can be pickles and sauerkraut. You can make them yourselves. It's really easy, actually. I've been doing it for a few years now and I love it. It's tasty. I love it and I just feel good. Why fermented foods? How does this help? Well, it helps to introduce good bacteria into your gut microbiome. And this also helps with digestion and detoxification. Using natural non-toxic cleaners. So if you decide I'm throwing out the toxic stuff, well, what are you going to use instead? So if you want to learn how to make, for example, a safe and effective DIY foaming hand soap, you can check out my 1-minute video on my YouTube channel. The link is here, and I will also put the link in the show notes, the video notes. So it's a little easier to find. But then also I'm going to be sharing with you other DIY recipes for cleaning products and a couple of other things. I will put that, let's see, I believe it's a PDF. So I will for sure be able to put that in the Telegram group. And I will try to put it in the show notes. That'll be a little bit interesting for me to try that out. I haven't tried to do anything more than a URL before. So now if you're thinking, okay, DIY, that sounds all great, fine and dandy, but I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't want to, but I still, would like to find some safer items. So I circle here, if we highlight just cleaning products and personal care items, for example, this is where Shaklee comes in. Shaklee produces non-toxic cleaners in their Get Clean product line. And just trying to get this out of the way here, the little menu there. And then also for personal care items, they have a youth skincare line. All of their products are safe, effective, guaranteed, or your money back, 100% money back guarantee. And they've been doing this year marks their 65th year in business. So they have a long history and a long track record of top quality, better than organic products, cleaning products, skincare, and then they also sell supplements, which we will get to on another day, tomorrow probably. So have a look if you like. If you're interested, this is open to those of you who are in the United States, because Shaklee is headquartered in the US, it operates in the US, and I don't think I have anyone on this call right now who is in Canada. They also operate in Canada. And they do not ship internationally directly. So, I mean, there is a way to get Shaklee products to other countries, but that's something you'd need to talk with me about if you're interested. So for those of you in the United States, you can go to bit.ly/shop Laura with a capital L and then AURA. That's my website there. And you can just have a look around, browse around, click the shop button, and you can see what's what. I highly recommend the basic H2 liquid. It's a concentrated liquid here in the picture. And it's amazing. It doesn't cost much at all. And the bottle will last you forever because it is super concentrated. You literally only use like a half teaspoon or a few drops, depending on whether you want to make a window cleaner out of it or a multi-purpose like countertop spray type thing, or if you need something a little heavier duty, a degreaser. You can actually buy a set of 3 empty bottles from Shackley as well that has each formula's recipe right on it, so you don't forget or you don't have to dig for it when you run out of that particular item. You just, make up some more from the concentrate. So that was my favorite cleaning product by far. Anyway, enough about that. Just a reminder that we've been actually through this whole call using the 4M formula, right? Being mindful and observant about what's in our homes, in our diet, perhaps, looking at our mindset. Okay, maybe these products are not so healthy for me. Maybe they're not great for me. And perhaps I should start learning how I can make some changes or some micro shifts. So that's where our activities are leading us today. So to cover both removing toxins and replacing them with safer alternatives, pillars number 2 and 3, I would like you to go ahead and identify toxins in your home or diet and make a plan to replace them with less toxic items. So how to do that step by step? I suggest you focus on only one room in your home or one area of your life. So if you want to focus on diet, that's fine. Use the 4M formula to find those toxic items. Be observant, look around, read labels, and decide how to replace them with safer items. And a couple of resources, as I mentioned earlier, check out the DIY recipes that I will share with you. And then also you can explore Shackley's offerings at my website. And then I'd like you to post in the Telegram group or private message me just 3 simple things: your chosen room or area. So maybe it's your kitchen, maybe it's your diet or just one part of your diet, which items you will replace. So having some intention there, and then how and when you will replace them so that you're being accountable. So you're setting an intention to do this in a certain way with steps that you've thought of and when you plan to implement that. So planning is great and being mindful is great. And that's all I have for you for today. We'll see how the timing goes for this. I think I'm a little closer today. So thank you so much. I appreciate your attention and take care, everyone. And I hope to see you active in the group or private messaging me. All right. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.